if you're interested in buying Aesthetiques, School of Artistry and Wizardry, here's what you'll get. Okay, first week starting things, you can start with acceptance letters. You can print these out and fold them to be an envelope. There's a supply list, an acceptance letter where you can put the student's name and when the term will begin, blank letterhead if you want to write your own thing. There's sticker wax seals that you can turn into stickers and put on the back to close it. And I like to have the envelopes kind of waiting for the kids on the first day of school and tell them to find the seat with their envelope on them. Okay. Daily spell energy tracker to help you keep track of the spell energy they earn. Okay, you have their houses and their names, and I have it by week. You can pause here if you want to read exactly what I do for it, but it's an easy way to keep track of house points and spell energy. Okay, we have house sorting info. You're going to sort them into houses. Okay, I have them take a personality test to do it, and then I sort them by personalities into 6 different possible houses. Okay, if you want to read more, you can by pausing it. Here's the link to the 16 personalities where they can take it. Okay, and then after they do the 16 personalities, I have them fill out a Wizard registration form. Standard Google form that asks them questions. You can edit it to ask whatever questions you want. I also have printed versions of it, page 1, page 2. You can change the questions if you want as well before you print it. And then we have miscellaneous information for the first week / starting out, different textbook covers for the different subjects. Okay, practical artistic knowledge is what I use for my note guides. Powerful potion is what I use for projects. Sensible spell work is the spell book of things that they can earn with their spell energy. Spell energy tracker is what keeps track of it. I have a fun little yearbook thing I'll explain later. Transmutation is for homework. Okay, history of artistry and wizardry is like a question I give them at the beginning of each class to prime them for what we're going to learn about that day or go over something important that's going to be on the test or assessment that they just learned about to make sure they understand it. Okay, we have a Google Classroom banner that you can edit and change the color of if you want. Okay, there are various house banners and flags. You can print these off and then roll this portion around like a wooden dowel and stab it in some like styrofoam or something to make it stand up and have it like on a tabletop, or you can have I print it on 11 by 17 and laminate them and have the banners around the room. Okay, a system for house points. You can do it digitally, a digital house point system display here, and you can change these to fill up more as the numbers change, and you can just have it as a viewable only document on Google Classroom or whatever. Okay, here's where you can edit the picture and then download it and replace that picture with your new picture here. There's an empty jar. I include about me information in each one too. And see, here's like a physical one that I do in my foods class, and then also for each color I give you a picture of the jar slowly filling up all the way to full. Okay, then we have some miscellaneous info in here about like how I do house cups. You could do a certificate instead for a much lower commitment, and there's like the overall house cup where I put their names on it. Okay, I have like links to various products that I use, but I'm not endorsing any of them. And other information about like head boy, head girl, wands. They pick a wand from here. Okay, and then I have how you put the wands next to their name in the spell energy tracker, okay, as well. And then they can cast. Okay, we have the cute little yearbook where if you like want to look back on it in years past, you can add pictures of them from the LMS into here. Okay, and then other information about it, I put them in a report folder to look at them. Okay, out of the first week stuff, miscellaneous. Then we have posters that you can put in the classroom with characteristics for their house. Prefix is something that you can choose to do if you want. We have some like badges. I put it next to their name in the spell energy tracker. I also have like blank ones. These are alternate ones. And then regular ones are circular that you could turn into a button if you have a button maker. Okay, and I have blank ones as well if you choose to make your own symbols and do different houses. Okay, we have certificates that are editable. These are all the plain ones, as well as these are plain ones without the crest. Okay, and then we have head boy. There's all of the possible ones for head boy if you choose to do that at the end of the year. Head girl, all the possible certificates and all the houses, and we have head student for students who are they, them, or you don't want to identify them as boy or girl. You just have like one per class and you just call them head student. Okay, and then we have all the school and house logos. We have house crests, as well as blank versions of all of them if you choose to do different symbols. Okay, have all the house names and symbols in their metallic colors, their secondary colors. And then we have school crests in black with like 4 different options, one with like the saying with it, one without the saying, but they're both full, and then one with just the saying but blank, and one completely blank. Same with color, those same 4 options. And we even have the metallic versions. And then we have the syllabus. There is an editable link to do it on Canvas. You can input your own information. Okay, I have the background that you can use if you want to input your own information. It's probably going to take a while to load, but trust me, you get a easily editable syllabus template. Okay, once we're through, first week starting the class. Okay, history of artistry, there's the PowerPoint for it, where you can put your questions, just copy and paste that slide over and over again. You can pause the video here if you want to read what I do exactly with it. I already kind of mentioned it. Okay, we have potions, which are for projects. You can see here, it's like an online textbook, and you can use the templates to make your own project information, put like objectives you want them to accomplish, things that they'll do, and what exactly they need. Okay, and then the back is a rubric, like a general rubric, and you can change it however you need it to be. Okay, and then we have practical artistic knowledge. There's PowerPoint template and like a slide template and like a heading slide template, a note guide page template, and then like an online textbook template where you just fill these with all your note guides and then just do text boxes on top of the blanks, and then students type into the text boxes. I still print some for students who want them. And then we have specs, which are tests. I give you like the little banner that you can use and put it at the top of a Google form. Like if you already have Google form ones, you don't have to use this. You can just put the banner there if you want. And then sensible spells. I have a link on Canva that you can fill out and change however you want, as well as individual pages for the spells. Okay, I give you the spells that I already use, but you can delete them if it doesn't work for you, or add new ones with that Canva template. Okay, see here's like the poster. You can change the colors or do whatever you need. Okay, and then I have the spell energy tracker that I post on Google Classroom as a viewable only document. Here is like a template of it, and you just write the student's name, you can put their wand there, and you put how much spell energy they have. I change it once a week, and I let them know I change it once a week. Okay, and then here are like the pages where you can put their names and then put it on there, or you can just use this and put their names on there. They can't edit it, so it doesn't really matter. And then lastly, transmutation class, like homework. If you want to have a book of all their homework ahead of time, if you have it, you could do that. Or have them print this off and have it in a binder where they keep their homework. I have a unit header template to divide it by units, as well as a homework template too, especially if you have like online stuff that you want to use. So as you can see, you get quite a bit, and I hope you consider purchasing it to make every day like you are in a wizarding school for artists, the best artists.